and it shows when you play the best defenses in America, and that's going to happen this year.
My bold prediction is that the Group of 5 winner wins the first playoff game.
Nice.
Well, okay.
That's mine. I think a lot of these teams, even though they're going to host it at home, they're going to get comfortable, and I think they're going to see a team coming in that
Has nothing to lose.
oh yeah, right. These guys, they already know, number one, that they're going into a hostile environment, but number two, you're also looking at these, we're home, stadium's gonna be rocking, yada yada yada. But these guys, these Group of 5 guys, they're gonna throw every single thing they can. Even if they win that one game, they're gonna treat that one game like the Super Bowl because again, like you're beating realistically a Power 4 team.
Yeah.
So I think you put the right set of circumstances, you get the right team in there. Liberty in the first half didn't look bad against Oregon last year. In the first half, after that was a different story.
Yeah.
But you get a team that gets enough confidence, they get that confidence that go ahead, they're going into the playoffs.
The committee and just the media would love that. Love that year one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that prediction.
I think,
and it's going to be like a runner-up of the SEC or Big Ten. Like you said, they're just going to be so cocky going into that game. Yeah, that could be a perfect storm. I like that.
All right, and now we're on to. Did you do your bold prediction?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a Texas State.
Yeah, got you. So now we're on to the playoff bracket. I'm going to just run through it real quick. Starting off with my Group of 5 team, I have Memphis as a 12 seed. I have Oklahoma as the 11 seed, going 9-3, 10-2. I think they get the benefit of the doubt of the schedule and they get in there as one of the first teams in, or first teams out, first team in thing. I got Clemson as the 10th seed. I think with the ACC and I think that roster and just I think Dabo is kind of going to be coaching with a little bit of an edge. I have him as a 10th seed. Bama as the 9th seed. Ole Miss as the 8th seed. Penn State as the 7th seed. Texas as the 6th seed. Oregon as the 5th seed. Arizona as the 4th seed. As the they're going to win the Big 12, but they're not going to be the highest ranked champion. Miami is a 3 seed. Ohio State is a 2 seed. And Georgia is the number 1 overall seed.
I would just say I did forget to make mine, so
I'm going to go last.
It's all
yeah,
good.
I forgot to make mine.
I'm going to tell you my 12 seed G05 is going to either be Tulane or Liberty. I'm pretty high on both of those teams, so I think that they'll be that 12 seed. Number 11 to me will be a team like Virginia Tech or Miami. That's the team who doesn't win the ACC, in my opinion, because I think both of those teams are going to have over 10 wins. And I think that with how the ACC is looking, I just think they put themselves in the right place to where the conference says, we have to kind of include them. And then in that, like I said, Virginia Tech, ACC, I include both of them. I think, Virginia Tech and Miami. I think Miami's going to be like that 4 seed. Virginia Tech's going to be that 11 at my 10 seed. I'm going to take a team like Penn State. I think they have the Doak Walker Award winner on their roster, and Nick Singleton. I think he's one of the best running backs, and I also think that team is going to just squeeze their way to another 10-win season. I like Penn State. They're always been a good football squad, even if they can't get over the hump. I think this is a perfect setting for them to now work their way in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take them at my number 10 spot. Teams like 9 and 8 are going to easily be like a Texas 8. I'd take a Alabama. Those are the guys who kind of run up in the SEC. They don't win it. I'm going to take my winner for the SEC in the number 1 spot overall at Georgia. But Ohio State at number 2. I'm going to take I'll take Miami at number 4. And then the other conferences, why am I blanking right now? Big 12. That's going to be Utah, in my opinion. Utah or Kansas State. And then that last remaining spot, that six seed, I think is going to be a team like Oregon. I think they sneezed their way in there. I just think Dan Lanning has so much finally that it shouldn't allow him to not make it. But that would probably be what my 12-team playoff is going to look like this year. That's my prediction.
Cool.
Okay, I'll go. I got so I'm gonna go ahead first on top. Texas is my 1 seed, the SEC champion. I'm gonna have Miami as my 2 seed because I see them with their schedule. If they hit their ceiling that I'm predicting they hit, 1-loss team at worst, they could go undefeated.
Yeah.
So I think record-wise they'll stack up better. Ohio State is the 3 is the Big Ten champion. 4 the Big 12 champion is gonna be the 4 seed. And then 5 Ole Miss, runner-up the SEC. 6, I'm going to go Notre Dame. 7, Alabama. 8, Georgia Tech, who I got the runner-up in the ACC. I think they'll get a little disrespected compared to the other runner-ups. 9, I got Georgia. I think if they get to 10 wins, they get in there and they're going to be around the bottom of that. So I got 9 at Georgia. 10, Nebraska, Big Ten runner-up. I think they're going to get disrespected again. They're going to say they're easy schedule, whatever, but they're going to be the Big Ten runner-up. They're going to get in. 11, I was back and forth. I gave the Big Ten the benefit of the doubt. And like I said earlier, I root for Penn State. I think that the hot seat is inevitable if they fail this. I went Penn State instead of Oklahoma State. I almost threw in Oklahoma State if they could be like a 1-2, like just squeak out of the Big 12. And then 12, Memphis, the group of 5.
Love that. Love that. So on to Chips and Slips. This is a new show that we kind of want to incorporate it into 54 yards, talk about some betting props. Shout out to Outlier. If you guys don't use Outlier, it's one of the most universal tools to research and find the most accurate bet. You can find anything on there from insights to, most recent analytical statistics that show you the most accurate bet to place. You can also look up overs, unders, spreads, things like that. Last 10 games, matchups, things like that. It's one of the most universal sports betting props. If you guys want a free trial, use the link in the description below, and we'll give you a 7-day free trial to use Outlier to research your bets and make the most accurate and efficient bet possible. But going into Chips and Slips, we have a loaded week 1 slate. We're going to start it off with the noon games. We got Clemson versus Georgia. I think the spread on that was like 13 or something right now. 13 and a half. For me, I'm just going to straight up pick Georgia. I also think Georgia covers the spread. I haven't seen any props that I like in that game, but that's going to be my pick for that game.
I mean, I already said it. Georgia straight up. I mean, it seems like Clemson keeps going backwards and Georgia's staying the same as the powerhouse they are. So I'm going to go Georgia straight up.
I'm going to go ahead and take the over on that game, to be honest with y'all. It's looking pretty good. I think last time I checked it, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm going to pull it up on here just to ensure.
48 and a half.
I think that's easily achievable. I'm just not in the mindset that Georgia comes out trying to kind of play around with Clemson. Obviously, if you saw the game that